I just saw I guess it's the Danish finance minister. Loki Rasmussen.
The finance minister?
Yeah. They're all upset because we're going to take them over. They're not happy about it. They're not happy about it, by the way. They're either going to stay with Denmark or they want to be on their own. They don't want to be a part of the United States.
Well, nobody asked them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because we need it. We need it. You don't get it. We absolutely need it. It's penguins, very important to us. You guys trying to bring those snowballs in here. We know who you are. We saw what happened in the past. Maduro, we're coming for you. Penguins, we're coming for you. It is it's an interesting place. 80% of it's covered by ice. We're going to learn a little something right now. Old Greenland. 56,000-ish people live there, give or take. They're Danish citizens, but they rule themselves. The capital city is Nuuk. Nuuk. N-U-U-K, Nuuk. The official language is Greenlandic or Kalsalut. It's an Inuit language.
We have barely hung on by the skin of our teeth for 150 years, or actually 250 years, because we didn't have Greenland.
We didn't, I know.
We may not be able to go another 200 if we don't take it over.
I know. Well, the Chinese are going to get it. Now, the Chinese tried it, and both us and Denmark said, yeah, it's not happening. So they don't want it. They just want, like what we all want, what's underneath it. Hey, you guys don't mind if we come into your country and absolutely destroy everything so we can take some of your stuff? They have no McDonald's, no Starbucks, no Burger Kings. Summer. Sun never sets for about a month. Winter, sun never rises pretty much for a whole bunch.
It's like Alaska.
Yeah. Polar bears outnumber the people in certain areas. Oh, and by the way, if you live in one town, if you live in Nuuk and you want to go to Fluke, there's no roads. So either you fly or you take a helicopter or you take, my favorite thing is dog sled. That's right. You dog sled it over there. What?
Interesting.
The amount of fresh, so here's the thing. One of the other things, besides what's underneath it, is the ice, the fresh water and stuff is massive. It is so big. If it melted alone, we would see our seas actually rise about 20 feet. That's how big it is. It's the largest island that's not a continent. It's the largest, it is massive. And again, nobody lives there. Closer to us than it is Europe, which is a trip. 4 time zones. And it's an interesting place. I mean, it's not like we want to live there, but, apparently we're going to take it from them. So they've got
to strip mine it.
That's basically all. Let's be honest. We just want your stuff. We already have it. We have the space forces there. Space Force.
Infinity and Beyond.
Yes. That's a new movie coming out this year. So Space Force is there, what I don't even know what they were called. Did we ever get their uniforms? Because remember how they were trying to figure out what kind of uniforms they were going to have? That was pretty exciting. Space Force. So are we going to take it? I mean, look, I think it would be hard to sell America on the fact that we're going to pay these people $100,000 each. Why a lot of people here struggle, especially when we're, in debt.
Yeah, can we come up with one crazy plan that doesn't involve spending or printing money?
Not allowed. Not allowed. So it's crazy though that we're talking about this. And remember, we kind of had it a long time ago, and then after World War I, we did this swap because we wanted the Virgin Islands because those were like territories of Denmark. We wanted that, and now we're back for this. But they want to be Danes. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens.
Between the two, I'd rather have the Virgin Islands. At least they got nice beaches.
They do have nice beaches. They do. Compared to the beaches out there. Oh, and the other thing that's neat about, so if you ever see any pictures of Greenland, all of the houses are painted wild colors. The reason for that, when the snowstorms hit, that's how people identify homes or other people's homes, knowing exactly what the look of the house is.
Well, what if it's completely buried in snow?
Well, you're screwed at that point, dude. You've already made a poor choice by being out in that weather. All right? Already made a poor choice. So, I know, like somebody, you're being a little obtuse about Greenland. First of all, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. Everybody's like, the strategic importance. We're not allowing China. Denmark is not allowing China or Russia anywhere there. We already have a base there, and they're willing to allow us to put more bases there. But it's really about what's underneath it. They've got uranium and rare earth minerals, which is something, because we are so far behind China in that. Because they have decided to go, and their Belt and Road Initiative was hand all the money you can hand out to everybody, get them to be indentured servants eventually, but never put any strings on it like we have. Because we put a lot of strings on stuff. But I'm also don't want to force a nation, whatever it is, to become part of our country if they want no part of it. And I sure in the hell don't want to buy it. We don't have the money. Where are we getting all this money? We could print it.
Well, yeah, we got to do that to keep the inflation rate popping up.
Yeah, we could. We could. And yes, the strategic point, people talk about the Atlantic and this and there. I understand that. But we're already there. We could continue to be there. But it's really more about the business side of it.
If that was a valid point, we should go take over the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, we could do a lot of those things. We could. But are we going to? No. And here's the other thing. They are part of Denmark, which is a NATO ally. And China tried to come in there, and they were told no. They were told no, but with a Danish accent. Flarbenüge, or whatever they say. And what is no? What is that? What is no in Danish? No in Danish is ingen. Ingen. That's what they said. Ingen. To the Chinese. I said, Chinese. Ingen. And they said, all right, whatever.
INGEN. Wasn't that the company in Jurassic Park?
Oh, was it? Oh, maybe. Ooh, you're
Should
right.
we bring back dinosaurs? No.
Inogen? Yeah, could be. So, but look, the polar bears are dying off from climate change. Did they know that? Do they know that? I don't know if they know that. The polar bears are doing okay. In fact, polar bears in some areas are
Yeah, the population.
so many of them. Because they have no... Here's the thing about polar bears. They'll talk about climate change. They've got nothing out there messes with them. Nothing does. They are the apex predator.
Except humans from a very far distance.
Yeah, and very rarely they get around them because they know that they're dinner. They know they're going to be eaten. So... But we'll see what happens. I mean, I get the strategic. We can all talk about that. I mean, like you said, we could talk about that everywhere. We need this. We need that. We need Iran. When does it end? I thought we weren't supposed to be nation building. And if they don't want to be a part of us, that's something I don't want. Right? You don't want to be a part of us? We're doing so good. We have McDonald's. Most of us are just kind of obese now because we have shots. Oh, geez. Iran, I feel like it's still coming down at some point. Let's check out our pizza index. So let's see here. Our pizza index. If you guys know what the pizza index, this is when you start checking the places around the Pentagon and whether or not things are getting hairy. Right now it's quiet, which is good. But a lot of places are much busier than usual, but not too bad. Some of them are quieter than usual, but we've got 6 big pizza places: Domino's, Extreme, District Pizza Palace, We the Pizza, solid.
Love that.
Pizzato Pizza, and Papa John's Pizza. So once these things get up, and you've got to look for it a little bit later on at night, once that starts to get up there later on at night, something's happening at the Pentagon, and we'll see what happens in the coming hours. But I don't think they've executed anybody. I don't even know how many people have died.
The claims are anywhere from between 2,000 and 12.
Yeah, I know. And the whole thing about 12 is 12,000 protesters, 500 army folks, military, the IRG. So the way they have it in Iran is they have kind of like it's this weird kind of, they call it like a special forces thing, but it's not. It's It's almost like neighborhood watch. So every place has their own, and like 5 or 10 million people belong to that. But there's only about 500,000 that are active, and they don't have a lot of great weaponing, and it's not fluid. It's not like everybody's on the same page. Then they have the police. Then they have their military, and then they have the Revolutionary Guard, those are the ones that are supposed to be, the best of their best. But the military isn't involved in this. It's mostly the police and that other group. But I don't know how many people have been killed because I've heard so many weird numbers. 12,000. That seems like a lot. But the fact that it was at 50 over the weekend and it's at 2,000 now is still crazy. So we're going to see if we're going to go into Iran. And here's the thing, too. Trump's now promised something's going to happen, and we're moving people out. And Trump's probably not going to go back on that at this point in time because he doesn't want to look like he's weak. We shall see. We shall see. We were talking last hour about because, we're the first thing that our legislators did here, the session kicked off yesterday is they wanted to make sure that they had this new law, was it HB 884, something like that. It's about adult. If you hold a event or something and there's a drag queen show, I don't know, maybe you have a stripper show, it could be for charity, right?
Or you show an adult movie.
Yeah, anything like that. They can deem that place essentially a den of sin.
And I'd like to see the detail in the bill to see if an R-rated movie would qualify as adult.
Well, remember, it still has to go from there down to the Senate, and they have to hash it out, which I find to be, again, it's bizarre that that's the first thing they went to. But, some of the other things I was talking about was healthcare. And somebody called in and left a message. You could do it on the phone lines. Feel free to do that. If you don't want to text, leave a message. We'll listen to your message. A lot of times it reminds us why we don't take calls.
Chad, nobody in the United States has lost access to health care. The only thing that they lose is insurance, but they still have access to health care. So stop saying that people are losing their health care. That is a lie.
I never said that. I said people are making choices, not getting insurance because it's too expensive. And it's growing. The growing number here is it's getting bigger, right? We've got real issues in the state. Like education is a perfect example. If you want to see a state that's healthy and grow with the population, and some people don't, but if you want that, one of the things that you have to do is you have to have an educated population. And we need school, our teachers, what are we, 47th in as far as, funding education here? And we got to do better. We do. We got to do better. And we've got a lot of things that we need to work on. But whether or not, you show somebody saw a boob inside of a conference room for somebody's bachelor party or whatever, shouldn't count whether or not this is a den of sin. It's a den of iniquity, which I think is hilarious. So that was the thing we were on hardcore yesterday, making sure we got that through. My constituents are very happy. Very, very happy, Bill. Coming up, White Woman Wednesday. I got a couple of them from Kylie. Oh, Kylie. She's having fun. She is.
No, she's miserable as hell. You know it.
You know what, though? I think when you're like some of these people, their misery, their fun or their sweet spot is trauma and drama. So the everything is going well for them would make them feel horrible and guilty. So we'll do a little White Woman Wednesday, and then we're going to talk about television. Which kind of TV watcher are you? There's a report out about people that watch the same shows and movies over and over again. There's 4 different people that do it. We're going to find out which one you are. Ken and I were going over ours earlier, as well as Belle's. We found out what Belle's TV habits like, so that's kind of weird, too. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Oh, it's Wednesday!
It's 9 a.m. at the coffee bar. She's live streaming from her car. Fair trade, tote, bread, New HD, telling workers what they ought to be. Let me center your experience. She said. It's White Woman Wednesday.
White Woman Wednesday. Our girl Kylie is on a roll right now. Still haven't figured out if they got her coat back, guys, so we're looking for that. Be on the lookout for that. This time, she's wants to remind everybody what kind of cult MAGA is and how, if you're in that cult, that's not a good cult to be.
Raised MAGA, here are the 3 things that made me realize it's a cult so I could get the out. Number 1, the fact that a lot of MAGA members would literally give up their religion if it meant following Trump. A lot of them fully believe that Trump is a savior and that he is like Jesus Christ. And while this is on the extreme end, a lot of them would do whatever he asked of them, and that is shown by how much he gets in donations from these people who don't have a lot to give. Number 2, the way that MAGA discourages free thinking and questions, generally speaking. If you do have a question and you ask anyone in MAGA, they will repeat the same bogus bull. That is a tagline every single time. For instance, one time I asked what would happen to the immigrants of 20 or 30 years in America who have communities and families here. Would they be deported? And they simply said, anyone who is here illegally has to go. It is such a rehearsed tagline that they don't even actually consider what that would mean in their lives. And number 3, the insane merch and the way that they construct their identity around being part of this cult. It's their social life, it's their religion, it's everything, it's their way of life, it is who they are, which is way more than a politician should ever be in your life, like, ever.
Whoa. All right, maybe a little bit that's true. The merch.
Some of that is.
Some of that is true. She's not all wrong there. The merch, by the way, did you see the phones? You remember the Trump phones?
No.
Okay, so if you guys don't remember the Trump phones, speaking of merch, right? Like, because, that's what you do. The Trump phones.
I remember the Trump Bible.
Oh, yeah. The Trump phones they rolled out a while ago, and people are pissed. The gold T1, and it's a gold Trump phone. Guess what? Nobody's got any. Nobody has got any of them, right? They have sold, I think, almost 500,000, if I'm correct, and still nobody has received their phone. People are asking, where is it? They say it's a scam. So it's a scam. $499.
Wow.
First of all, can I just say this? If you bought one of those, here's your sign. Now, if you bought one because you think it's hilarious and you're never going to use it and you've got that kind of money to throw around because you want to put it up in your, up in your wall with all, okay, I guess.
Sure, collector's item.
If that's what you want. It's expensive. It's not like getting a pen, right? Look, I got a pen from Mondale.
Says right here, government shutdown's a primary reason for the delay.
Is that it?
Also undergoing final FCC testing.
So I have Trump shoes. Everyone that sees them loves them.
Shoes? There's Trump shoes?
Yeah, you didn't know about those? I was golfing. We went out golfing last year in one of the tournaments when Jack was here. And the guy had Trump golf shoes. But yeah, there's Trump tennis shoes. There's everything. The guy's got merch. He's got the merch.
Awesome. Yeah, here's one. It's red, and it's got a 45 on the side.
Yeah. 45. So.
He'll
Dude knows how to
license
make
his name
money,
to
man.
almost
He
anything.
will license his name to anything.
He knows how to make money.
That's not what our president should be doing.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he knows how to make money.
He does know how to make money. And he's got a group of people that will pay anything for that stuff.
I just like that the Bible had a pocket-size copy of the Constitution.
And you could spend a little bit more and get one signed by him.
It was $49.99.
That is so funny. It's got the Constitution in just like Jesus wanted. Yeah, that's not
Wouldn't
right.
it be funny if it was just like a rewrap of the Lee Greenwood Bible?
Oh, that's right. Oh, goodness me. He white labeled the Bible. It's the new Trump edition. The NTE.
You ever had I had a white Bible for a while.
Oh, did you? You know what? I had a white Bible. Well, not as a kid, but like my grandma gave me one, which I never used because it just looks so weird having a white Bible. And it was one of those ones that zippered.
Yes.
And the zipper never worked.
Either that or the pages would get caught in the zipper.
Yes. Oh, look at these. People are sending me their pictures of all their Trump gear, so we know who you are. Some guys got a Trump watch. All right, there you go. And then Matt Murphy's got Trump shoes. I know he's got Trump shoes, but that's, again, I'm not paying $500 for. That's ridiculous, and it's gold too.
I'd take one of those pins that he uses. Those pins look awesome.
Oh yeah,
That he uses to sign executive orders.
Do you remember
because
when
Congress can't do its job right now?
Do you remember when they impeached him and Nancy signed everything and she was giving pins out, and then he did an executive order on somebody, he had like 100 pins, and he's like throwing them into the.
Better catch them.
Oh,
because they're big.
So, yeah, some of you see somebody. I thought I showed you my gold shoes, Trump shoes, when we were at the Nashville Palace. Ken, I think I remember those. He paid $10 and painted them gold.
Maybe he did.
Yeah. So it is bizarre. It is so weird. That I just could never. It's just so weird that people buy that. I don't know. All right, coming up. Time to get serious about stuff for a second. You're going to go home at night. You're going to sit down. You're going to turn on the television. What do you watch? Well, what you watch, which most people do, says a lot about you. We're going to find out which TV watcher you are when it comes to old shows and movies you've seen a gazillion times. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997. So, I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but Iran, and by Iran, we mean the leaders of Iran, have threatened Trump, said this time the bullet won't miss. Ooh. But the Brits have also started flying all of their people out. And mysteriously, the Wings of Zion, which is like their Air Force One in Israel, mysteriously left and vanished out of Israeli airspace. People are wondering, look, it's kind of routine. We're like, we're not feeling it. And the Europeans are reporting that in less than 24 hours, something is probably going to happen. What that is, I do not know. But it's feeling like it's going to get ugly. You going to say something, Bill? You look like you had something on your mind.
No, I'm in here trying to solve a behind-the-scenes problem.
Don't solve the boss. No, there's no reason to solve that. Let it go, right? Well, we're going to be fine. If you watch television, and I think many of us do, we all go home and we'll turn on whatever streaming device we have. And a lot of times you got 90 gazillion things. The queue of all the stuff you want to watch is queued up. All that new stuff. Yet, what do? We search for an hour and then go back to our favorites. Well, psychology has broken it down to the 4 types of people that watch the same television and movies over and over, again and again, no matter how much we know about them. Let's find out which one you are.
Type 1, the comfort seeker. For these people, life feels unpredictable. Work stress, relationship problems, the world changing too fast. Their brain craves something stable, something safe, and that's where rewatching comes in. Psychologists call this predictability bias. When life gets chaotic, the brain seeks environments it can control. They know how the episode ends. They know the character survives. They know the joke is coming, and that certainty feels like a warm blanket in a cold world. It's not about the story anymore. It's about the feeling, the emotional safety. For them, pressing play on a familiar show is like coming home after a long day. Everything is exactly where it should be.
Okay, so comfort food. Are you number 1? Are you comfort food? So a lot of people, I think, identify with that. Things are crazy, chaotic. You want to go somewhere that you look and say, you know what? All right, I get that. That's what I'm about right there. That's comfort food. Now we're on to dose. Number 2.
Type 2, the cognitive rester. These people are mentally exhausted. Their job requires constant thinking, decision-making, problem-solving. By the end of the day, their brain has nothing left. Watching something new requires effort. You have to learn new characters, follow new plots, pay attention to details. But rewatching? That's autopilot mode. Their brain doesn't have to work. It can just exist. Psychologists call this cognitive load reduction. The brain is like a battery, and rewatching is how they recharge without using more energy. They don't need stimulation, they need rest. And familiar content is the only thing that doesn't demand anything from them. It's background comfort, mental white noise, a way to be entertained without being drained.
And that is me. So I will go home. Like yesterday I went home and it's been one of those days and, it's been long. And I've been up since like 1 in the morning, 1:30, couldn't sleep. And all I wanted was nothing. Like I wanted to watch some TV, but I didn't want to have to focus. I don't want to learn anything new. I don't want to learn about new characters. And so I'll put on, and Ken and I were talking about this. He's got his 2 or 3 shows that he likes, and it's always a Western in there. And for me, it's Gunsmoke. Like Gunsmoke, I watch Gunsmoke all day because I don't have to focus. And I also can just go, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? That just let it be, not have to worry about anything. And it just, for all the stuff in my mind, it's like it just all goes away and it's that white noise. And I'll fall asleep to that at times. All right, on to number 3.
Type 3, the nostalgic anchor. For this type, rewatching isn't about the show. It's about the memory attached to it. Maybe they watched it with someone they miss. Maybe it reminds them of a better time in their life, a time when things were simpler, when they were happier. Psychologists call this emotional time travel. The show becomes a portal, not to the story, but to the person they used to be. Every rewatch is a visit to their past self. And even though life has changed, the show hasn't. It's frozen in time, waiting for them. This is why people cry during shows they've seen 10 times. It's not the scene, it's the memory, the feeling of who they were when they first watched it. For them, letting go of the show feels like letting go of that version of themselves. So they keep coming back, not because they forgot what happens, but because they don't want to forget what it felt like.
Okay, I'm not that. I don't get nostalgic. Like I watched, what was that, Stranger Things. I watched the first 2 episodes of Stranger Things and I thought, And nostalgia can only take me so far. I like him driving around on his Mongoose or Skyway bike and that's cool. And I dig the music, but I moved on from there. Nostalgia does nothing for me. I mean, I enjoy the music. Like we joke about the times, but I don't live in nostalgia. So that's never been me. So finally, number 4, the last of these.
Type 4, the detail hunter. These people don't rewatch because they're stuck. They rewatch because they're curious. They believe every show has layers, hidden details, small moments they missed the first time, background jokes, foreshadowing, subtle acting choices. For them, watching once isn't enough. The story isn't complete until they've caught everything. Psychologists link this to high openness and analytical thinking. Their brain loves puzzles, patterns, connections, and rewatching is how they solve the puzzle. It's not repetition, it's exploration. And every time they notice something new, it's like watching it for the first time again. For them, a show isn't just a story, it's a world, and they want to see every corner of it.
No, I will go into a movie. Obviously, I want to know all the stuff. You are trying to figure stuff out, like I see dead people and stuff like that. That's, okay, I get that. But Christopher Nolan, like, remember Inception? That movie came out. Everybody's like, you got to watch it 3 times. I'm like, first of all, I didn't like it enough to watch it once, but I did. Secondly, no, I don't need to watch it that much. If I have to go through it 90 times to figure it out, I don't want to watch it. No, thank you. That's a hard no on that. That's a hard no. I'm the second one for sure. I want to go home and just let everything just blish, right? I'm not looking for nostalgia. I'm not looking for comfort. I'm looking for distraction. My go-to, it's like, what's your go-to show? Let us know. You can text us. My go-to show is Gunsmoke if I'm looking for a Western, and Family Guy if I just want to just kind of just chill. And the other thing that they didn't talk about, which I'm sure you have to add in now, is one of the other reasons we go and do these things is because we're so distracted. Because we're on our phones half the time watching stuff. So knowing that you don't have to pay attention while you goof around on your phone is also something that's interesting. Because we're always on our phone. I mean, even if you're watching a new show, you'll be like, oh, my God, who's that? I've seen that lady before. What show has she been in? You're trying to remember her name. So, Home Improvement, Kindergarten Cop, and Goonies. Angie says, number 4 is Me, A Beautiful Mind. Airplane is like that. Tons of jokes. Big time. Futurama, 90 Day Fiancé. I think Ken was saying his wife likes Vanderpump Rules. She goes, you should watch that in the loop because you don't have to pay attention. MASH. Oh, Andy Griffin. That is it. MASH. Lots of MASH. Law and Order or Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey. My uncle, who is the biggest, makes horror games, does all these. He's Mag. He's all these things. Downton Abbey is his favorite show, and he can watch it. He'll rewatch it 100 times. I'm like, what the hell are you looking for? Bob's Burgers. Right? That's a good one. Fantasia. That's interesting. Seinfeld, that one. And this is the other thing. There is a reason that Netflix and Paramount Plus and all of the Hulu and everything bid for these shows to the tune of hundreds of millions and at times billions of dollars to get shows like The Office or Friends. And the reason is because they know they'll get a loyal fan base that will come and watch, not because they're expecting anything new, but because they know they will have people that will always be that number 1, 2, 3, or 4, that comfort food of viewing, that I just want to, nostalgia, mush, whatever it is. And that builds a huge base for these people. I mean, what is it? I think it was it Friends they were battling over? Because NBC, it was on Hulu, but then NBC, which of course had the original IP, they ended up moving it over to Peacock or wherever they ended up doing, or whatever they own, because everybody seems to own each other now. And the battle that was going on there and how many subscribers headed over there because that was their go-to. That was their go-to. Everybody Loves Raymond. It sounds, are you texting us? Bell tells us, I watch Andy Griffin, into MASH, back to Andy Griffin, then over to Everybody Loves Raymond.
Right.
So, I've seen some Everybody. You know what's funny? I like Everybody Loves Raymond, but I can't watch it all the time. I can't. It's okay.
That was the ultimate. The husband dad is an idiot show.
Yes, that was it. The husband dad is an idiot. Tim the Toolman Taylor. You know what though? Like if you watch Seinfeld or Tim the Two-Man Taylor, they're good, but they haven't aged gracefully. Where some of the other shows had. Like if you watch something from 10 years ago, it still looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. But I've never been a Friends guy. Friends is okay. If it was on, I would watch it, but I never. And The Office, I watched the English one and I enjoyed it. But no. I go Rick and Morty. I'll watch the hell out of some Rick and Morty. But I have to pay attention to Rick because Rick is so funny and so fast. It's hard.
I turned myself into a pickle and 9/11 was an inside job.
That's what it's like the whole time. If you've never seen...
I do science.
If you've never seen Rick and Morty, just go watch him when he turns himself into a pickle. It is awesome.
Your opinion means very little to me.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, coming up. Some stuff about what's going on in Iran. We'll talk a little bit about that. We've got a bunch of other good stuff on the way. Remember, next hour is One Hit Wonder Wednesday, and we're going to be giving away tickets to see the great Barry Manilow. We'll tell you how to win those. Coming up a little bit. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. That is not good news if you have Verizon.
Yes, sir.
Verizon. Some people said their stuff was up, and then it went down all over again.
Yeah, apparently everybody's stuck in SOS.
SOS. That was a song. Somebody had a
It's
song.
a great song.
ABBA.
That's my favorite song by ABBA.
What's SOS mean as far as phones?
I don't know what the SOS means on a phone.
It's like you're like in emergency mode,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh.
You can't really do anything. You're not getting calls. You can't text. You're not getting texts. I think you can only use it as an emergency.
Okay. Yeah, they're still saying they're having trouble with it. We're trying, guys. We're
Better
trying.
get some therapists on cue for a mass issue going on here if people can't get on their phones.
Among teenagers.
It means emergency calls are no service only.
Yeah.
So there you guys go. And people are starting to lose their mind about it. They're like, no.
I can't look at my pictures.
Can't look. We were talking about our comfort shows, and Bell's, he knows his. He goes from MASH to, he's got a thing.
Andy Griffith to MASH, back to Andy Griffith, then over to Everybody Loves Raymond, then King of Queens, and then Seinfeld.
Ah, yeah. I'm definitely Andy Griffith, Seinfeld, Westerns, any Western, especially if they're black and white. There's something about black and white that I find comforting.
Yeah, and the first 10 years or 8 years, whatever it was, 7 years of Gunsmoke was black and white, 30 minutes.
Right.
So,
and I think I might add the Golden Girls in there. The Golden Girls were funny.
They were funny.
And if I fall asleep, they're not too loud.
No, I can't, like a lot of you are saying, I like The Wire, this. I can't do a drama as my background because I want to pay too much attention to it.
Right.
I know exactly what's going to happen on practically every Andy Griffith episode there is, but I still, to this day, just want to one time hear Andy look at Barney and go, "You're an idiot and you're fired."
Yeah, that's not going to happen. You keep thinking, though. Right? You keep thinking it's going to happen. You keep thinking, never happening. And I want to see him put his bullet in a gun. See what he does then. Right? Let's see what you're going to do.
Well, remember every time, Barney would accidentally fire his gun, Andy would have to take it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's got to report. If only he had Stephen Miller running the show. Coming up, hour number 3 of the program. Got some One-Hit Wonder Wednesday. We're going to have a chance for you to win tickets to see Barry Manilow. But I say Manlove? That was not nice of me.
6 of one.
Half a dozen of the other. Ha ha! Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.